that we have to anticipate what's going on in their mind. What do we have to do to take them to the next step in this process? In the sales process, if you ever go to sales training, and you've bought things, so you've been through the sales process, whether you realized it or not, there's a point in the sales process where they say, well, what do you think? Does that sound good? And the prospect says something like, well, it does sound good, but objection. We call it an objection. Objection is something that we put a roadblock up to the salesperson to stop them from going on to the next step in the sale. Now, we don't put a roadblock up intentionally. We put a roadblock up because we're not ready to buy yet. There's more information that we need or more that has to be done with the decision. All we're looking at here is we got to get their attention. Think of a sales conversation. If somebody's trying to sell you something and they don't have your attention, they're not going to get very far, right? So first thing they got to do is get your attention. We do that with emotion. Next time you go to buy a car, and someday you will. Maybe not in the next few months based on what's going on in the economy, but someday you'll buy another car. Watch what happens when you're kind of wandering around the lot, you're looking at cars. When the salesperson comes up to you, what is the first thing that they say to you? They don't say, did you bring your checkbook? They ask you a question that is an emotional involvement to get you excited about the car. When you go into a good stereo store or TV store and you're looking at a flat panel TV, if you haven't bought a flat panel TV yet, you will be buying one soon. I mean, it's just a matter of time. You will be buying a flat panel TV. Pay attention. When you go in there and you're looking at flat panel TVs, what's the first thing they say? It's not, well, that's a nice one. Would you like to buy it? They're going to get you interested. They're going to get you excited about the TVs, and then they're going to talk about your needs, but it starts with your attention. Because if you don't have that, you're not going on to the next step. A good headline, a good photo grabs their attention and gets them excited, gets them interested. And I'll show you specifically how to do that as we go along. The next step is a promise. We've got their attention. They're all excited. Promise is a promise of a benefit. You've heard conversation today, and you've probably read things that tell you the difference between a feature and a benefit. A feature is nuts and bolts, statistics, numbers, things like that. Anything with numbers in it is a dead giveaway. That's a feature. A 36-hole golf course is a feature. More holes than we could ever fill up with members, so you're always going to be able to get on the tee on a minute's notice. That's a benefit. You're never going to wait for a tee time. The difference between benefit and feature is, if I'm the buyer, if I'm the member, if I'm the prospect, what's going to be better about my life if I do this? What's going to be better about my world? Is my world going to be easier? And again, we're back to the emotions. Is it going to be easier? And am I going to look better, feel better, be more profitable, whatever it is? Promise of a benefit. That's about them. The first two steps are totally about them. Now, the proof step is where we answer those objections. They've said, you've promised me a better life. You've promised me it's going to be easier. How can you say that? This is where you start proving it. This is where you start giving them the statistics, the details, the information that tells them this is how we do it. Guarantee is usually a proof step. People are skeptical on buying anything. A guarantee is a proof step. Anybody, by the way, using a guarantee in your membership promotions? Nobody using any kind of a guarantee. Guarantee, one of the most powerful things you can do. If you can find a way to make a guarantee, it just totally takes away resistance. The whole idea of the proof step is we are taking away the risk. People are scared to death to turn their money over to somebody else. They worked hard for their money. They're scared to death to turn it over to somebody else for fear that they're going to give you their money and they're not going to get what you have convinced them they're going to get, that benefit that you promised them. Proof takes away that risk. That's what makes guarantee such a positive thing. 36 holes, and we only have 200 members. Wouldn't that be nice if you're a member? Not too nice if you got to maintain the golf course, but that's a benefit. That's the proof step. We want to do the benefit, then prove it with features. Then the proposition is the difference between marketing materials that get action and marketing materials that get put away. You all get stuff in the mail. You all get stuff in email. You see things advertising in newspapers and magazines. Every once in a while you see something you think, that looks pretty interesting. Maybe I'll hang on to that. So maybe you tear it out of the magazine. Maybe you set it aside. It goes in the maybe later pile, right? Everybody's got one. Everybody's got a maybe later pile. For me, it's on the corner of my desk I call the Bermuda Triangle. It's in that pile, but after the pile gets so deep, I think, maybe I better go through this stuff and see what's in here. And I get down to the bottom of the stuff that's expired, or I did something else, or I gave up on that idea. We don't want to be in the maybe later pile. We want to be acted on. A proposition says, you pick up the phone right now. Get in the car right now and drive down here. Get online to our website and click on this link right now. Click reply to this email. Take immediate action, and you will get even more benefit. Now, you've seen this in action in commercial promotions. Part of the privilege of having my office at home is I do all the laundry and cooking at our house. So I notice things that, guys, if you haven't noticed this ad, it's okay. Women that don't do laundry, if you haven't noticed this ad, it's okay. Anybody that hasn't seen this, you don't do laundry. Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. How many have seen it? How many of you bought OxyClean at some time? Oh, a lot of people. I don't shill for OxyClean. But I got to tell you, it's a dynamite product. It works, and it does a lot of things beyond laundry. But anyway, I digress. Billy Mays here for OxyClean. Now, Billy Mays is this big, burly guy that you would never guess in a million years would be selling laundry detergent. So Billy Mays for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Now, if you're somebody that does laundry, the stain specialist gets your attention. Oh, really? This is going to get out all my stains. He says, whiter whites and brighter brights. That's the promise. Whiter whites, brighter brights. You with me, the people that have seen it? Whiter whites, brighter brights. The proof step is he demonstrates it. One of the things he does is he says, sometimes soaking is the solution. He gets out this lace curtain that is like brown. It's like it's been in the home of 5 cigarette smokers that smoke 2 packs a day, and it's been there for 10 years. It is like brown, and he dips it in the solution. He leaves it there to soak. Sometimes soaking is the solution. He talks again for a couple of minutes. He pulls it out, and the part that was in the water is just bright white. That's a proof step. He's demonstrating the product. Now, you're not going to be able to do whiter whites, brighter brights, but you got to be thinking. If I say to somebody, you can be a member of this club, this is the benefit of belonging to this club. Now, that takes a little soul-searching, maybe. What is the number one best reason in the world why somebody would want to belong to your club? What is the number one best reason in the world somebody would want to belong to your club? That's the thing you want to lead with. And eventually you want to tell them some other benefits, too. But the main thing that would make your ideal member stop and pay attention, what is that? That's what we want to hit them with first in a marketing piece. And when I say your ideal member, anybody with a checkbook, right? No, your ideal member. You have members in your club right now that are the people that if you could have your whole membership be like them in your best dream, that's what you'd do. Who are those people? Understand everything about them. Talk to them. Find out what is it about this club why are you so happy here? What is it that makes you happy in this club? That is the key benefit of belonging to your club. And they'll give you the other top benefits too. Those are the things that you want to lead with. That's what's important. Now, having promised somebody they're going to get that, how can you prove that it's true? How can you prove that it's true? That proof step becomes important. Because people are saying, yeah, sounds good, but